Hello, guys. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel tonight. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Well, in this one, you're gonna definitely want to comment on. Trust me, it's gonna be a lot of different comments on this one. I can tell you right now, from from not other, because I'm not a teacher. Sorry, from teachers to parents to everything in between. There's gonna be some different comments on this one, and they are all welcome. Like I said, there's no bad person. There's no, we don't do all of that. Just keep it casual, classy. Don't bash anybody. Don't get on this video and bash no teacher. Don't bash no bash nobody. No bashing on Tocara's channel, man. Keep it classy. Please keep it classy as possible. Please. I don't make these videos for people to get bashed. I don't make these videos for people to be harmed or bullied or nothing or none of that or nothing of that nature. So even with the comments, like keep the comments just classy. If you didn't like anything I said, or if you didn't like anything another person said in the comments, keep it classy. There's always some way. It is always a way to put somebody in check, or to let somebody know something in a professional manner, even outside our professional arena, is a way of letting people know some things. Okay, keep it classy. Okay, now that I have said that, then I'm working on the intro for my YouTube channel, so don't worry, that's coming. Don't worry. Business cards is here. I gotta order some more business cards, but the intro is definitely coming. Like I said, I want to use my brother's song. I am gonna use one of my brother's songs, so it's coming. It's coming. Just bear with your girl with the intro. But anyway, this is important. I'm here to talk about teachers. The teachers, and big shout out to all of the teachers out there, the professors, from preschool on up. Just all the teachers out there. I'm giving a big shout out to you guys tonight. I'm gonna go into it like this. I saw two videos come down my timeline yesterday. One video was about a teacher. They were recording her, different students in the class. These students had to be about like high school students or something like that. They were older. You could tell you this wasn't grade school or preschool. They were older. And the teacher was like, I'm done. I'm finished. I'm walking. She said, I'm never coming back. And she walked out of the classroom. And I was like, whoa. I was like, what did they say or do to that teacher? What happened? She just walked out. She was done. That was the first video. The second video was another teacher, because she didn't look like the one from the first one, that had decided somewhere along the lines to walk away from her job or her profession permanently, because she said she had enough of being disrespected. She said she had enough of being physically, harmed on her job trying to teach these students, and they just were being disrespectful towards her. And she had to protect her mental stability. She said, listen, it was between my sanity and my job, and I chose my sanity. And I was like, listen, we here. Then the backlash that she showed the comments on her social media of the parents that came back and was saying some horrific things towards her. How you dare you walk out on them students. You a quitter. You teaching our kids how to be quitters like you. We paid you, they pay you to be a teacher. It ain't nothing for free. You're teaching our kids. They was paying you. You had no business acting like that job was that hard. And I mean, they just went in on this teacher. On her social media, they came and the parents, like dealing with the students and their everyday, troubles inside of the classroom wasn't enough. Once she quit, she got it from the parents of these same students. And I was like, so your students messing with her mental health wasn't enough. Y'all gonna be bullies as the parent and come on this teacher's social media and further insult this teacher. So no wonder why the students was out of control and drove this teacher to leave off her job. The parenting is questionable. Y'all came and bullied this teacher after she quit. Like, no wonder why the kids was crazy up in the classroom. But this goes to show you, listen, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. These teachers spend 8 hours a day with your children, okay? And if you're not disciplining that child before that, and when I say discipline, I don't mean hit them and hurt them and nah. That's why we got this law now that you can't even hit them, because y'all don't understand that line between discipline and just abuse. Y'all took it too far. So that's when the law had to come in, and you can't hit the child because y'all took it too far. Y'all should not have been beating them children when they had marks all over their bodies, and y'all bloody. Y'all just took it too far. Y'all took it too far with the discipline, you know? But y'all should be disciplining them children at home before they ever get to the classroom. To disrespect that teacher, to hurt that teacher, to curse at that teacher, to spit or kick or hurt that teacher, or to disrupt the whole class because they want to be the class clown, or they want to, or something is going on at home, and this is the only way that that child could reflect it, or could, you know, make the people understand that something is definitely going on at home. So this is their way of showing them or expressing it. I don't know. But you guys cannot get mad at the teacher for walking off her job. Even the teacher in the first video, she said, I'm never coming back. I mean, this woman literally said that in this video. She told them students, I'm never coming back. She was like, I'm not taking this no more. I'm not coming back. And she walked out. In the second video, like I said, the teacher was like, you know, that she quit. This is when they already quit. Said bye to the whole industry of teaching. She said she done. And the parents came back and they was bashing this teacher and harassing this teacher online, which was internet bullying. And she showed the clip. She showed the comments. So nobody could say that she was lying or she was making it up. She showed the comments. So I'm going to say this. First of all, I'm going to say this. Like I said, you need to talk to your children, discipline your children before you send them to school. Let them know. You don't go to school to misbehave, to lash out, to disrespect, no adults, even to disrespect the other students. You go to school to learn something. You're supposed to be in that seat learning something. You're not supposed to be acting up, cursing, lashing out. And that whole thing with cursing, where they learning words from? There's parental control on every and anything these days. Where they learn that cursing from? That makes you think, okay, the kids is learning it from somewhere. Where? What you know about these curse words? That's what I'm saying. You cannot just, you can't just say, well, mommy and daddy can say it, but you better not ever say it. And they go to school and think it's okay to say, listen, mommy and daddy say it to each other all the time, or with their friends. So it is what, you know what I'm saying? The kid is learning it from somewhere. I call kids human sponges. They absorb everything around them. And if they think, as the parent, that is okay, they think it's okay. They don't know better. So let them know, hey, you might see mommy, or you might hear mommy say it or daddy say it, but you can't say that. Don't you say that word. Don't you, especially to your teachers, and other students. So that's the first thing, disciplining them, not just physically, not just putting your hands on your kids and no. I'm talking about just talking to them as well. So let me sit down. Come here, let me talk to you. You are not to go to that class and show your behind. Talk to your kids. Be the parent. Don't just push out a child in this world and forget that you gotta listen. You have to teach that child what's right and wrong. You have to be a parent to that child. I think that old saying that the old people used to say back in the day, it takes a village to raise a child, y'all took that too far. Because y'all honestly thought that it took just the teachers and the aunts and uncles and the grandparents and everybody else to really, really raise that child. And forgot that, first and foremost, you're the parent. The grandparents didn't push that child out. The teachers didn't push that child out. The aunts and uncles, the aunts like myself and the uncles, didn't push that child out. You are the parent, first and foremost. It starts at home. Before that child hits a pre-K, and that's around 4 years old, that starts at home. That child's supposed to know right, wrong, don't do, and yes, everything. So you cannot say, oh, the teacher should have been more understanding. the teacher should have took the abuse because they was being paid for it, and that should just be like that. Don't you dare use a paycheck in this world to cover the fact that you wasn't a parent to your child. And I don't care how much you're getting paid. Abuse is never okay. So the fact that someone came down there and said, oh, well, she was getting paid, she wasn't teaching our children for free, who the hell? So a paycheck matter? So abuse is okay as long as there's a paycheck involved? So they should have took that abuse from your children because they was getting paid? And no disrespect, teachers don't get paid the way you think they get paid. They need to get paid way more. They're not teaching one student at a time. This is not a tutoring session. They teaching 30 kids or more at a time in them classrooms. At a time. Different ethnics, backgrounds, religion. What's going on at home? You don't know if that child is being abused at home, neglected. Stop. You don't know nothing. That child coming to that classroom, you don't know. And then you got 29 more students to try to figure out. You cannot put that all on a teacher. Then got mad at her and continued to bully this teacher once she quit, once she left the industry. I thought it was okay to go to her personal Facebook and Instagram, whatever other social media, and literally bully this woman. You abandoned our kids. You left them out there. How dare you? And what are you doing? But this shows you that the teacher was right for walking out, because if the parents was bullying her afterwards, after the fact, what you think the kids was doing? No disrespect. You can say how you want to take this. I would have walked out too. I would have said, you know what? There's other industries, money. I do not have to take this. I would listen. She said it was her mental stability, her sanity, or her job, and she chose her sanity. I would have made the same choice, and you could have took it how you wanted to take it. But I'm not going to let nobody else's kids come into my environment and drive me insane. Cursing, yelling, kicking, spitting, throwing books, going crazy, whether it's preschool, whether it's college. You see what I'm saying? Because the older they get, you got to come on, listen. For the older, for the high schoolers and the junior high school and the high school people, for the older people, listen, you know when your child turn a cute 13, 14, when we get our cycle or whatever, boys, when they start to come into their sexuality, you know they start smelling themselves, as the old people say. You know, as a parent, you be ready to you be ready to take them down there like, who you talking to? They get fresh. They start testing you as parents. They start seeing what they can get away with. They start staying out late. They start getting into drinking and certain, whatever. You know how it is for teenagers. So take that, how you feel, and put that on a teacher. They come in a classroom with that aura. Let me see what I can get away with the teacher. Let me see how many curses I can say to him or her. Let me see how much I can show to the class late. Let me be the class clown in the back of the class passing around notes and stuff. Let me be the one who can see it. Let me see if I can throw something at them. Let me see if I can do whatever I want to do to them. And let me see how far I can push them. Listen, if they testing their parents at home, you don't think they're testing their teacher? Especially when they out of your sight. At home, they cool as a cucumber, some of them. When they leave your home, they showing they behind sometimes. You know how it is. Why you think back in the day with us growing up, our parents was up there with robes on and curlers in their hair coming out that car, and they was mad for the parents that was coming from home. But God forbid, they called your parent at their job, and your parent had to leave their money and come up to that school because you were showing out. Oh, God. You got it when you got home. You pulled me away from my money acting foolish. You got it. I don't know how it worked for every race and background and religion. But baby, if you was African American, you pulled somebody away from their job to come to a school because you was showing out. We already knew. As soon as that door closed, we already knew. And then they had that saying, well, wait till your father get home. You already knew. You already knew. So for today's parents, and I know today's generation is different because you got to understand also the parents were so young having kids. These were 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds having kids. They were kids raising kids. So today's kids is a lot different than our generation. When you have a child raising a child, there's not much that a child can teach a child. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. You know? So this generation of kids are way different. Grandmothers are 40 in this day and age. So it's different. It's different for this generation. But take that and put that on a teacher. They got to deal with this generation of kids, you know, not our generation, where our mom and dad were at least, 20 or maybe 25. These parents, these 14, 15. As soon as the female got cycle, she pushing out kids. And then that's on top of mental health situations. That's on top of anxiety, what's going on at home, traumas. That's on top of a lot. And then you're sending these kids off to school and think, hey, now how some parents think about it, listen, now they could become somebody else's problem. I ain't got to see them for 8 hours. Now they become that teacher's problem. That's just it. They should never become a teacher's problem. That teacher is not a second parent. That teacher is a teacher. Your child's supposed to be going to that school to be educated. And even if some of this education is false education, I get it. Third eye, stay open and stay focused. I know that some of the stuff they're about to learn is full of crap. I know as far as history goes, I get it. But math and certain science and English and book reports, that stuff matters. Even if it's false, you know what I'm saying? It's about them getting education and learning some things. So the only thing they don't have is just street smarts. They got the book smarts as well. Now, if you at home and you one of them parents, you don't leave it up to the teacher. You teach your kids about history. You teach them about their ancestors. You teach them about, everything, math. And you was one of those parents that, instead of buying your kids, certain game system, and you bought them leapfrog, different things, the educational games, and, you just do it. You just on it. As soon as you just on it. When you was pregnant, you wore headphones so your baby could, you was reading, the audio was reading to your baby. You was just on it because you said, man, from the womb, this child is going to be something. Bless you. Bless you. From the womb, you was on it. You said this child is going to be somebody. So from the womb, you had them headphones on. They was listening to them audiobooks. Once they came out, you was reading to them every night. From the womb, you had them educated. I used to love them little alphabet magnets that they used to have back in the day. Used to be on the refrigerator. Used to be able to spell out words. I remember my little nephew spelled out the word job or something like that. It was cute. It was something I was like, oh, look at him. I'm spelling. So even the little magnets on the refrigerator with the little letters, they had chalkboards for the kids. Started from a young age. Like, don't let the school system be the only thing that's teaching your child, or the streets. You definitely don't want the streets to be the only education that your child have. Trust me. They will survive, but it's just without, they have to be smart all over. Book smart, street smart, home smart. They got to be, and some things even a classroom don't teach you that. You got to teach. Like I said, I have said this in my past videos. You got to teach them about credit, investments. You got to teach them about home ownership. You got to teach them about, yes. I just saw a video the other day. This dude was talking about don't ever let your parents leave you their house. Make sure they, put it up into a trust fund and they give it to you. And this way you have to pay a certain. I was like, what? I'm learning. I'm 40 and I'm still learning, okay? So when I tell you it matters, and not all the information is from a school system. It's from home. It's from home as well. It's from, you know what I'm saying? You cannot leave it up to teachers to be the only people out there in the world that's teaching your kids. And how is they supposed to teach any child in this world? And your child is coming there showing out. Now that child that's there to learn, they can't even learn that well because the teacher is busy trying to calm your child down every day. So this is not a video to bash parents. This is not a video to bash teachers. This is no bashing whatsoever. This ain't a video to bash because I would never bash no damn child. No, I don't care. No. This is a video stating, yo, like, listen, both sides get it together. That teacher is not a babysitter. That teacher is not a second parent. That teacher is a teacher. And she's there to educate, or he's there to educate your child. So don't look at that teacher as a parent or a babysitter or anything of that nature. No. It starts with home. Make sure before that child gets to that classroom, that child knows. Don't you dare show out. Don't do anything in that classroom you wouldn't do at home. And for the parents that thought it was okay to further bash the teacher who said she had enough and she chose her sanity over $1 and she just left, she just didn't want to be a teacher no more, and y'all went behind this teacher and further left horrific comments underneath her post about she's a quitter and she's this and she wasn't doing it for free, they was paying her, and by, what was it, all that bad, she's exaggerating anything else y'all said, and y'all wasn't in that classroom dealing with what she had to deal with. Shame on, no disrespect, I'm gonna say it, shame on y'all. As the parent, you went and bullied the teacher, and you wonder why the teacher had to leave the job because of your child? 2 and 2 is always 4, baby. It ain't gonna be no other number. As a parent, if you did that to the teacher, could you imagine what the children was doing to her as well? That was not your cue to follow this teacher who quit and bullied her and harassed her. What was you thinking? You should have handled that way better. You should have sat your child down. What was you doing inside this classroom? What's up? What's going on? You'll never know what's going on with the child, what they dealing with, medically, mental, like you sit to talk to your children. But don't go and harass the teacher that just quit. That was backwards. I didn't understand that part. They wonder why she quit. All day dealing with the children that was disrespectful. Now the parents is harassing her when she quit. She was like, I can't win. It was a female teacher. I can't win. And I understand exactly where she's coming from. Y'all can't do that. Y'all can't bully that teacher after she quit. And they wonder why she quit to begin with. So, please don't do what your parents did. For all the children out there, don't do what their parents, don't go after the teacher and further bully them once they quit. That is not the way to handle that situation. Please don't do that. But yeah, for the parents out there, just get to your children, talk to them, discipline them, and say, hey, behave in them schools. I don't care, pre-K to college. Talk to your children about how to respect these teachers. Now, there are other kind of teachers out there, and we are not even going to really make this video about y'all. I'm going to say this, them sick teachers that be looking at them students and them sexual, ill. Leave that out of the classroom altogether. It's too many movies, shows, and just different things about some sick teachers out there. Y'all ill. Y'all need to quit, like early. Because anytime your hormones is involved with ill. So this, I'm definitely not talking about y'all. I'm talking about for the focused, beautiful teachers out there that get into them school systems, and a passion is to, give your kids information and teach them some things and make sure that they leave that school each day, educated. They passing them tests. They doing what they got to do to make it out there in this world, whether it's a 9 to 5, whether it's entrepreneurship, whatever it is. They got the keys. They got the keys to do what they got to do. They got the knowledge to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Be kind to them teachers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, please, take it easy on them teachers. They're not doing a student one-on-one. This is not tutoring. They got up to 30 kids in them classes at times. Now, for the college kids, the campuses, it may be a little less. It might be maybe like 20 students here and there, whatever. I don't know how they broke the colleges down nowadays, whatever, but They got a little less. It ain't as overwhelming with them. It depends on how big the classroom is, the subject is, of course. But please, like, still. And when it comes to adults, respecting adults, it shouldn't be a problem. This situation I'm talking about right now should have been strictly for preschool, grade school, maybe junior high. High school and college students, y'all should definitely know better. Y'all should know y'all should not be going up in there disrespecting that professor or that teacher like that, going crazy like that. Y'all on y'all way to becoming adults and y'all showing out, the high schoolers. And for the college students, y'all adults already. I know I'm not talking to y'all. I better not be talking to one of y'all. Y'all better know how to respect that teacher, or y'all better know how to go in there and not disrespect that classroom and interrupt that whole lesson and act all foolish. Y'all better know how to act. Y'all adults. Y'all can't even blame that on your parents. So that's all I had to come over here and say today. I saw somebody texting Mel, sorry Mel. When I was, I was just going. I saw your messages. They also need more support in the classroom. I know. I agree with that. Growing up, like I said, I went to Canarsie High in Brooklyn, and there was definitely 2 teachers in that classroom, but it was a lot of students. This was like 30 plus. It was overwhelming back in the day in our classes. I will admit that. And we had 2 teachers at the front. We had a male and a female, black and white, at the front of that classroom. It was so overwhelming. She needed an extra teacher. And it wasn't a teacher's aide. It was a teacher. We had 2 students at the beginning of that classroom. So, and in junior high, it was almost the same thing. Like, it was a lot in them classes. On top of, like I said, just, peer pressure, trying to fit in. Like I said, trauma at home. You didn't know what half of the students was going through. The bullies, the class clowns. It was a lot. It was a lot. So I agree with that. They definitely need more support inside them classrooms. And I'm not talking about just a security guard just to stand there and make sure nothing goes bad, but just another teacher. It doesn't hurt to put another teacher or a teacher's aide to help that teacher inside the classroom sometimes because, Lord, they need it. They need it. So I agree with that. Kids may need support outside of the class, such as counseling, family therapy, behavioral support. I agree with that. I agree with that. And that's everything I stated inside this video too. They definitely need, there's things that's going on with your child sometimes that you don't know. That you don't know. And this is their way of, saying it. It could be something going on at home. It could be something going on within inside of them. And this is the only way they can express it. There's different things that goes on with the child. And this is the only way they can, So I definitely agree with that as well. The last thing he said was they could see disrespect at home. That's what I pointed that out right in this video. I said, if you see mommy and daddy cursing, they're going to want to curse. So I love all your points, Mel. Big shout out to you. Thank you. All your points was great. I agree with all your points. Yeah. I said that part of this video. If the child is going home and they witnessing stuff like this with their family, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandparents, whatever, they're witnessing this amount of disrespect, they think it's perfectly okay to go to that school and disrespect that teacher and other students. They don't know the difference. Now, the younger people don't know the difference. Like I said, for the high schoolers and the college kids, the students, sorry, they should definitely know. The college students and high school, yeah, at that age, y'all know better. But for the preschoolers and the grade schoolers, yes, it should definitely be, hey, know how to act right in that school, know how to act right in that class. Don't be showing out. Don't do nothing at that school you won't do at home, because they will wait to leave home and get and misbehave. You saw girls do it at times. They leave the house, they dress one way. By the time they get to that school, they got a short skirt on, a whole time. You're like, whoa, I know your parents did not let you leave that house looking like that. And for the guys too. They changing out of they clothes, they change the clothes, they trying to get their hair. It's a mess. Schools turned into a fashion show instead of an educational system. It turned into a fashion show, a dating service, a popularity contest. It turned into so many different things that it never was or never should have been. Schools are precisely to educate. That's why I'm not mad at certain uniform schools. I know a lot of private schools do it with the checkered skirts and the suspenders and stuff. But there'll be some things going on inside of private schools. But like I said, this ain't the video for it. But yeah, like, no. Y'all so worried about fashion and looking good and makeup for the girls and certain things with the dudes too. Y'all missed the whole point of school. It was always about education. It was never about how you look and all this other stuff. It was always about getting the knowledge that you need to, you know, help you get ahead in this world. Street smarts, book smarts, home smarts, because it starts in the home. Them three powers right there, baby. That kid is, man, that kid is going to be something huge. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So it starts at home as well. But that's all I'm gonna leave right there. You know, I ain't gonna drag this anymore. I'm gonna just leave this right there where it's at. But like I said, big shout out to the parents, the focus parents. Big shout out to the teachers, the focus teachers, not them other ones. A huge shout out to the kids from preschool all the way to college. Big shout out to you guys. And just know whether you gotta be taught respect or you in high school and college, and you should know respect. Take it easy on the teachers as well. They teaching you and 29 other students or however many is in that classroom. Take it easy on them, okay? Take it easy on them. You know, go in and just do your work. Do what you got to do, okay? Get the education. Get the education. It helps and it matters. Trust me, okay? Yes, you gotta listen. I'm into my multi-millionaire era, honey. You're gonna need to know how to do math. That math class. You're gonna need that as far as credit. Listen, real estate, whatever you want to go into. Okay, I hope you're not gonna be like, I'm gonna just let my accountant handle that. You know how many crooked accountants it is out there. You're gonna wish you knew what you knew. Don't leave it up to everybody. Don't think you're just going to get an accountant and a lawyer and they're going to know what to do with your money. You're going to know. You're going to want to know them decimals and them dollar signs. You're going to want to know. Pay attention. Basic math, whatever. Pay attention. It is not just in the schools. It's street smarts and it's home smarts as well. Pay attention. Okay? All right now. All right, peace from a nerd, guys. I will see you guys on the next channel. And yes, just stay blessed out there. Third eye open, focus. Peace from a nerd, guys. Later. And thank you, Mel. Thank you so much. Thank you. You said thank you. Oh, thank you as well. Thank you so much. Peace from a nerd. Bye.